Welcome, everybody. Welcome back. This is the second stream of the night. It's Security Happy Hour. It's me, CyberWarriorStudios. We have an amazing show for you. So we have, and I'm going to butcher her name and she's going to kill me, but we have Lola Kureno or something like that. I probably should have asked, but I didn't. So she can correct me when she gets on stream. But we have her with us today, and I'm excited to have her on. I'm excited to do this show with her. And we're going to talk about her journey. We're going to talk about women in cybersecurity, and then we're going to talk about time management. So all important topics that we need to cover here on the show. So without further ado, let's bring Lola on. And Lola, before we get into your journey, before you introduce yourself, give us the first hashtag of the night that we're going to use for our giveaways.
Oh, it's going to be Cyber Lola.
Cyber Lola. All right, we're going to put that up so everybody knows. And there we go. And I'm going to start collecting those. So saying that, why don't you get us started and really tell us about your journey and how you got to be in cybersecurity.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, I came from a completely different background, no technical background. Up until like many years ago, actually, I was a professional classical ballerina, like nothing to do with computers or anything like that. So I was doing that since I was like 3 years old, and it was my life. It was something that I absolutely dedicated all my time. I would like breathe ballet from the time I woke up until I went to sleep. And one day, all of a sudden, it all ended. I had like a very bad car accident that put me in the hospital for like 6 months and plus 2 years of rehabilitation. And the career was over just like that. And I was absolutely lost, like not knowing. I mean, when you dedicate your life to something since you're a kid, you don't know anything else. I mean, like I said in a recent interview that I gave, I wasn't that high school kid that, when they finish high school, it's like, oh, what kind of college I'm going to go to? What career should I didn't have any of these thoughts. I had been doing the very same thing since I was 3 years old. So it was obvious that I was just going to continue doing it until forever. And so, yeah, I was in a not good place for many years. And in the meantime, I got married and I came here to Tokyo, Japan. And I started working on something like completely unrelated just to make a living, like get a salary. But, I was just unhappy because it was not something that I loved. It was something that I just went there, did whatever I was supposed to be doing, and went home. And it was nothing like I was used to, something that I could really dedicate myself to. And I started like telling my feelings to my husband. And I said, I don't like this. I mean, I feel like I'm a waste, And I had always liked computers. It was kind of a hobby when I had time to do anything else besides ballet. And he said, "Oh, you're good with computers. Why you don't try to find something? Try to look into doing something with computers?" I wasn't very convinced about that. But yeah, sounds like fun. And I started looking online what kind of jobs one could do without a degree, without anything like that. And I came across a video that said that you could do hacking for a living. I was like, what? That sounds like fun. And that's how everything got started. I started researching more and what it took to have this kind of career. And I got into, not even realizing what I was getting myself into. I was introduced to the world of cybersecurity. Yeah, and I went from there, like getting all my IT basic knowledge and skills, networking, everything, and finally started working all of these skills. And yeah, that's how I got started.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting journey because you had a lot of hiccups along the way. and what you were doing and how you got here. And it really took a lot of um, introspection of what was going on in your life and how you felt and what could really make you happy.
Yeah, because
And
what I found in cybersecurity, what I was used to in my previous life, something that I could like grow, that allowed me to always keep evolving, keep growing, and something that required dedication. It wasn't just like a 9 to 5 kind of job. Then when you're done, you're over, you're done with it, and you don't think about it anymore. Yeah, so I'm kind of fulfilling what I was doing since I was a kid. Again, so this time is not in ballet. This time is in something else, and that's pretty much the reason why I'm still doing it, because it fulfills me, makes me happy.
yeah, definitely. And it's one of those things. And you've got a lot of people that actually know you here and are saying hi. You've got
Yeah, hi. Yeah, I'm not looking at the chat.
well, I keep putting their
Security guru
comments up.
guy,
So if you look at the
hi.
screen, we've got security guru guy says hi.
Security guru guy,
We've got one
hi.
down here. We got the hacker maker who's saying
Oh,
hi.
Philip, hi.
So look, hey guys, hey, share this everywhere. The more people we get on, the more people that get a chance to win. Every 10 minutes, I'm going to be doing a giveaway. This one is all for Hacker Sploit, and it's going to be the complete ethical hacking boot camp, and then Nmap also. So this first one is for the ethical hacking boot camp. So if you enter hashtag CyberLola, you will get a chance to win that. But yeah, I really do enjoy your story, and I say it
Eric,
in such a way that
hi.
it sucks what happened to you, really the accident and just everything that went on in your life that brought you
Yeah.
here. But there's some of us like myself, and I'm not going to say it's everybody. I've met so many people that got into cybersecurity later in life, but I got into it as a kid, IT and help desk and system administration, all those things. So for me, it was a little different. Um, but when I find people that kind of find this field later in life, it really amazes me because it's something that I feel like they sometimes, a lot of times, just because of how they went about their studies and got to where they're at, are a lot harder working than some of us. I mean, I'd venture to say, even myself included, um, that have been doing it their whole lives, because you fall into these rhythms and this complacency and things like that, where you feel like, well, I'm on a roll. I'll ride it out. I'll learn what I need to learn, but other than that, I'm good. Whereas people that get into it later are up to date on the newest technologies, the newest, everything. And it's the same feeling I have for a lot of CISOs. They get very complacent in what they knew and don't
And
necessarily grow
upgrade
that knowledge
themselves.
base. So seeing where you're at and seeing your exactly what you have going on, um, is truly, truly amazing. And I'm very happy to see, women like you come into the field and make this your lifestyle, make this your what you really enjoy.
Yeah,
Um, it's
it's like it's more
amazing
than
to
a
me.
passion, because I think that the passion is something that it's no, it's an intense feeling, but something that it's maybe like over soon. So it's more like a purpose.
For sure, for sure.
Yeah, it's
I,
something
I
that
mean,
you
this is
just
my purpose in life.
dedicate.
I love helping the community. I love the cybersecurity. I love cybersecurity as a whole, and I love my job that I do. But this right here just is something that I really enjoy because it helps get you out there and allows people to hear your story and what you have going on.
I'm very
Devnal
happy.
then
Thank
has
you.
a question for
Devil
you.
Zen, hi. How
Lola,
is
how
working
is
for
working for
INE?
INE?
It's awesome. Working for INE is very good. And I'll tell you why. Because it's the kind of work that allows me sometimes I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but sometimes if you have a very like specialty job, you go to work for a certain company, like for example, as a pen tester, and you do pen testing, and that's what you're expected to do. But my job, okay, I'm a cybersecurity engineer. Pen testing is just part of my job. I do many more other things besides pen testing, and it allows me, it gives me like a huge window to grow, to learn. I'm learning things every day, because there are certain things that I have to do for my job, and I need to do research to do it, to do a good job, to
For
deliver.
sure.
Yeah,
For
you know.
sure.
And you don't even think. I mean, that's your task. That's your task. That's your responsibility. And you don't think, oh, I don't know that. No, you think, oh, this is the thing that needs to be done. So I'm gonna research about it. I'm gonna learn it. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, definitely. And one of the things about that is,
And my job, I need that it allows me to do it exactly. I mean, I have been there like what? It's gonna be a month in 5 days.
yeah,
And the things that I have learned in this period of time has been amazing. So I'm
yeah.
super, super thankful to be there. It's been
And
great.
I'm sure they're happy to have you. I mean, I've heard a lot of good things from Josh and just some of the people that work there. So I'm sure they're extremely grateful and happy to have you there. And it's one of those things that if you get into the right organization allows for that. They allow for the training and research and things of that nature.
Yeah,
One
you
of the
need to
beauties of
you,
me
you need
working
to
for
have an open mind too, it's nothing.
Yep.
Okay, I like offensive security, I like pen testing, but no, I don't only like pen testing. I like, for example, network pen testing. So I only want to do that, and I don't want to do anything else. If you go with this kind of mind, then maybe it's not the right job for you, because you have to go with an open mind that there are many other tasks besides pen testing that you're gonna have to be doing, and it will allow you to learn so many other things. It's skills that you can use to your next job. Yeah. So just go there and go with an open mind for this kind of job.
Definitely, definitely. So let's get this first drawing out of the way. This one is going to be for the complete
Awesome.
ethical
Let's
hacking
see.
boot camp. And let's go for the winner. Shanna B. Shanna.
Cannabis. Congratulations.
Congrats, Shayna. I'll get that code to you here after the show. So if you win, please DM me on Twitter or something like that, in case I forget, and let me know. Or Discord, wherever you have me at, just remind me. I'm gonna try to remember. Eric, as a moderator, can you please keep tabs on who all won so I don't forget? But before we get started, the next hashtag, what do we want to go with, Lola?
Oh, you're the boss. You tell me.
All right. So we did Cyber Lola. I'm gonna do one.
The next hashtag.
This one's gonna be for the Nmap course.
Okay, so let's do Cyber Warrior.
All right. All lowercase. All lowercase. We're gonna do hashtag Cyber Warrior. I'll put that up here so you guys can see it. As soon as I find what I'm looking for, there it is. There you go. All lowercase, hashtag Cyber Warrior for the Nmap course. So moving on from journeys and kind of things like that, let's talk about women in cyber. And I'll even venture to say women in IT in general. Where do you find the biggest place where it's an issue and where we can help?
Listen, to be honest, since I started, I have never thought about this, like women in IT or cybersecurity are minority and everything. So far, it hasn't affected me at all. I know that I am the minority, but I don't think about that. I mean, the majority of people that I speak, they are my friends that I associate with in the cyber world, are men. I I mean, I don't I don't want to say something that maybe is gonna upset people. They should be saying, "Oh, ladies power" and whatever.
But
But
no, and this is where it comes down to. It's more so about. I'm for diversity. I'm for integrating everybody because everybody has a different way of thinking. And I just talked about this as I was getting off the last show. Um, I like the fact that I'm able to do things in such a way that this is global, so it includes everybody, right? Doesn't matter race, religion, creed, color. It doesn't matter. If you're in cyber, you have something to bring to the table.
Oh yeah,
Um,
absolutely. I think it should be more being more inclusive. It brings more flavor, brings more like possibilities, more thoughts. That's always valuable, I think. But personally, me, I haven't found any issue about being a woman in cyber, to be honest with. But I mean,
uh, but again, it's everybody has a different use case, right? Everybody
absolutely.
has a different position, and it's because even though you may not have dealt with some of the issues that others have, and I think a lot of what we deal with today is that issue where there are some people in industry or some women or whatever the case may be that have been minimized, that have been marginalized
Absolutely.
and kept to the background. Um, and then you have others that are like, well, I don't know what you're talking about because I've never had that issue. It's never happened to me.
Yeah, well,
Um,
exactly. I mean, just because I have not had such experience doesn't mean that I will invalidate someone who has. I mean, I'm talking about my own. But
right.
yes, I am aware that there is a whole issue with being inclusive, and it's not even a matter of being a female of being a male. There's many other things. I mean, that people who feel like they're being discriminated or gatekeeping or you know
For
and
sure. And I think it's one of those things where, as an industry, and again, I repeat myself a lot because I see a lot of gatekeeping, I see a lot of ego, I see a lot of elitism, and it is a problem because not only does it hold back different genders and races and things like that, it holds back people that are just breaking into industry, regardless of what you
exactly.
look like. So I find that women, and again, my opinion, and I'm not a woman, so I wouldn't know. But from what I've seen, is a lot of that some of these women that get held back isn't necessarily, so to speak, just because they're a woman. It isn't the sole reason. It's this elitism of I'm better than you because you're new. I'm better than you because you're a woman. I'm better than you because of X, Y, and Z. So there's all these tags, and it's that whole I'm better than, and it's something that we see all the time, in everywhere, not just in cybersecurity. You see these cliques and these groups form that are like, oh well, I'm better than you because I'm this, and it's like no, especially in this
And
industry
this is
where
so
diversity
silly,
matters.
this is so silly. This creates like segregation. This creates even a like cult like cliques and I mean, seriously, it's so high school because cyber people should be united. They shouldn't be like segregating themselves. Oh, I'm better than you. No, 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 I'm better than you. Oh, I have this, or you don't have it. You're new, you're old. I mean, the enemy is the cyber criminal. We should be all together. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Exactly, and so that is where I find I'm gonna throw his name out there again. So Eric Bellardo, who has been working with me and helping me better myself and better a lot of the content that I do. And we now co-host a show together on Eric Bellardo Cyber called New Battlefields. A lot of what we've seen is there are still a lot of people out there that are like, oh, we need to be a community. We need to be a community. We need to be a community. We need to come together. But when the chips are down and when things kind of are like, hey, I need help, or hey, push this, or hey, do that, they're nowhere to be found. And
I think sometimes people forget that once they were new, once they didn't know what they do now, once they were all lost, not knowing where to go or who to speak with.
Yep, for
Just
sure. And I think we need to
think how he felt.
we
Don't
need
forget
to
so easily.
we need to lift people up more. And it is one of the, again, me and Eric have talked about this a lot, and it's what I know me and him and Devil Ray, Sex Studio, Alyssa Miller, Kim Crawley, Philip Wiley. There's so many others that is what our goal has been, is to lift up the community as a whole, no matter what you look
Absolutely.
like, no matter where you come from or what you've done. It's, if you're in cybersecurity, you're in this to win it, right? And
Exactly.
this is what you were trying to do. We've just seen, and if you, after this show, if you want to go watch some 5-minute video clips, Eric just put out news on the T-Mobile breach, and then last night it broke that AT&T was breached. And these things are happening, but if we don't come together, then you're going in there with your own mind, your own, what you feel and how you see things, and you're not going in there and talking to other people saying, hey, and I see this in my network, could that be an issue? Or you're going in there going, oh, that's not an issue, it's nothing to be worried about. Or hey, I can't get behind this firewall as a pen tester. Can you help me out? Give me some ideas of what would be a good way to go about doing these things. You're going in there going, well, I can't do it, so that company must be secure. No, dude, like there's always a way. And so when we refuse to talk to women, when we refuse to talk to people of color and Black and Asian, the whole BIPOC community, when we refuse to talk to the Latin cyber community, and I say that for Eric's benefit, when we refuse to talk to all these different people, we're walling ourselves off to knowledge that could be there.
Exactly. People are barricading themselves against new ideas, new perspectives. What's wrong? You should be united, learn to cooperate, learn to talk to each other. You don't talk to each other, that leads to misunderstandings. When in the meantime, like one person's like bickering with the other person, someone is like breaching something, and
And one of the things that I think we don't realize is, when you're looking at attackers, when you're looking at malicious people, they are not worried about what you look like. Half the time they're anonymous and they can give two shits what you look like. It's, can you write this code? Can you, hey, can you sell me this ransomware? Can you do this, that, and the third? So where we are putting, it's bad enough the bureaucracy puts walls on us and handcuffs us in such a way as white hats. But to handcuff yourself by saying, I don't want to deal with women, or I don't want to deal with, minorities or the Latinx community or the Black community or whatever the case may be in this industry, those handcuffs, you are limiting yourself.
Absolutely.
And it is one of those things that we really need to look at and really kind of get a better understanding of. Look, women have a place in cyber just like anybody else. The Black community has a place in cyber just like anybody else. The Latin
Everyone
has
has
a place
a place
in cyber just like anybody else. And if you're not willing to work with these people, then you're at a loss, and you're putting yourself even further behind the 8 ball than you maybe should be. I mean, we're already behind the 8 ball. Like I said, the red tape and the bureaucracy behind everything already sets us back. And now we've got to deal with.
Exactly. And then you waste even more time. Not with one, you don't want to deal with this person because they're whatever color or whatever gender, or, it just the kind of pettiness that it shouldn't exist in our industry, I think.
Yeah. And it's crazy. I think there's so much more that we can do. Now, before we go on, let's go ahead and do this next drawing. Let me pull this up. So we got 8 entries for this one. So we're gonna pull this. Let me pull this off real quick, and we're gonna do this drawing. Who won this time? This is for the Nmap course. Remember, people. AR.
Fernando R. Oh my God, I'm gonna butcher this name. Fernando R. Argenini.
Just call him AR. I know him from the Army. Just call him AR. You'll be all right.
AR. Okay, Fernando AR.
AR, I'll get you your EdMap code, brother. Don't worry, I got that for you. Hey, speaking of which, Fernando will be on the show next week. So in case anybody's
Awesome.
wondering, I will have my Army buddy on the show next week. Me and him are some drinking buddies too. We used to put a few back in the Army. So it'll be a pleasure having him on. We're going to talk about AI, machine learning, and cybersecurity. So that'll be an awesome show for you guys to
Oh,
tune in.
that sounds cool.
So yeah, AR, don't let me forget about you, brother. Go ahead and send me a message on Facebook or whatever. I'll get that code to you tonight after the show's over. Next hashtag, I'm gonna put this one up. We're gonna do Latinx. We're gonna say hashtag Latinx. Let me find my banners and let me redo this. AR, yes, you can get in on this one again because it's for the this is going to be for the ethical hacking one again. Although if you win again, we're fighting.
Latinx.
So for the Latinx community, and there is a group that again, man, me and Eric been working together for too long now. He's trying to build up the Latinx community, kind of like they have Blacks in Cyber, Tech Chicks, all the others organizations, Share the Mic in Cyber. Eric's working to build the Latinx cyber community as well. So it's always an amazing thing to see, and I love boosting organizations like that.
Awesome. Sounds great.
So at 7:36, we will do the ethical hacking bootcamp giveaway. Get all your drawings in now. So talking about that, you know, we've talked about your journey. We've talked about, and we're going to talk about so much more. I'm going to take questions too from the people in the comments.
Yeah, let's get some questions.
As you have questions, please, folks, put your questions in chat. That way I can put them in. Nicholas, put hashtag Latinx in the comments and you'll be entered in to win. And again, this is the ethical hacking bootcamp. Let's talk time management, because time management is huge. And it is something I know I struggle with. There's so many different ways that you can manage your time, so many different methods. And it's that whole 20 minutes heads down time, and then 10 minutes or 5 minutes of like, do whatever you want. What do you find is a good way for your time management, and what do you do to better yourself?
First, I think that quality is way more important than quantity. I mean, it's not because, oh, I have been staring at my report or at the policy that I need to finish or the pen test that I still have done. I'm there like filling with it for like 8 hours, but you're not really doing it, are you? But if you just sit there, you know, you
Right.
organize yourself, you sit there, it's like, I will do it. I know this works. It is not the same for everyone. I mean, some people have like harder time focusing. I'm the one who has a very hard time, like really focusing on something. But you do it, you know, you get in the zone and you just do it for 1 hour. Like you don't move. Like bring your whatever, your coffee or whatever it is that you're drinking. Don't move. Like sit there and do it. 1 hour of quality work, and then you rest. Go do something else. I mean, maybe some other person will think, oh, 1 hour is not enough. Okay, so do it like 1 hour and a half, 2 hours, but don't be like a million hours and you're not really doing it because it's boring or you don't want to stare at it anymore, and you change tabs and you go and check your Twitter or whatever. No, just be there doing it. You know, because if you're done with that hour and you do like 10-15 minute break, I think you're way more efficient and productive than just dragging it.
Hey, JJ Couch, go ahead and put a link for Notion down there in the comments for the people. I'd love to. I've never seen that before, so I'd love to know.
Yeah, it's
what
a
that is.
note taking software. And that's another thing. I know many people use the note taking software, and there is something that see, what works for one person might not work for another one.
Right.
I will attempt to do like note taking, like typing using whatever software. If it's for work, if I'm like doing a pen test or to taking notes that I eventually need to copy and paste somewhere else, I will use it. But for studying, I will never use that. I don't learn like that. I will
Yeah.
type it and you ask me about it like 5 minutes later. I'm like, what? For me, it's, I'm sorry, old fashioned pen and paper. It's what
There's a
works.
lot of people like that. Mary said Red Bull Blueberry helps her a lot. So,
Yep.
and then there's this Focus Toto app, and again, there's a bunch of different methods when you're talking time management, because you have
Yeah,
the
so you can
tools.
get organized. And you know, I think one thing that helps too is just don't be checking your social media and don't be checking your Twitter every 5 minutes. I mean, it might be hard at the beginning to like think that you get your phone or and just turn it off
I've
and
got three
put it away,
screens.
you know?
I have everything going all the time, and so it is. But it's like I said, even at work, for me, when I worked in an office place, in an office complex, it was the same way. I can't just focus on the task, especially if it's a boring task or something that I don't want to do, or I really feel like this will take me 5 minutes, and you're giving me 3 days, so I'll wait 3 days and then do it. You know,
But that will work if you work well under pressure, you know?
that's how I work the best.
See, what works for one person maybe will not work for another one.
Yep.
Maybe some person will be like panic, oh my god, the deadline is in 1 hour, and they just like freeze and won't do it. They prefer to do it when the task was first assigned and just have the rest of the 3 days and do nothing, you know?
Yeah, and that's the thing, is it really comes down to, and I think part of it comes from my time in the army, where if you got done quick and the more you did, the more they gave you. And so even though you didn't get paid anymore, you got more work to do. So you did, if this was due in 3 days, you took 3 days to do it. But it was also the same way I was in high school, and in all my other, learnings that I've done, is for me, I work best under pressure. So I've done a lot of speeches and presentations where I would do the research, the PowerPoint, and everything else like an hour or two before I actually had to go do it. And in high school,
Stuff like that. I like the pressure thing, the
I
adrenaline.
love it.
Whoa. I mean, I finished like 1 minute before the deadline. I like the pressure thing. That they like it's exciting. I like if it's something that I know. How can I say, for example, that I'm giving a task that I know that it's gonna take me a lot of research to get it done, and I'm not sure about the amount of research that I will need, if I will find exactly what I need for it. I'm not very sure about the time that it's gonna take me to finish it. Then I don't like it. Then it will stress me.
Yeah,
I'm
it
not
took.
sure. But it's something that I have done like a million times. I'll know I can be there like doing absolutely nothing, like up to like half an hour before the deadline. Okay, let's do it. It's done.
And
Then I like pleasure.
someone put in the comments, please. I don't know what the method is called, where they literally, you put yourself on a timer and it's like 20 or 30 minutes of like heads down time, then like 5-10 minute break, then another 20-30 minutes heads down time, then a 5-10 minute break. I know there is a term for it. There was a whole
Yeah.
theory and research and things like that done on it. I can't remember what it is. So if you know what it is, please put it in the comments. Pomodoro. Okay, so that's the
Pomodoro.
Pomodoro
Yes.
method.
Yes.
All right, so Dev knows
Thank
then,
you, Dev
and
Nolzen.
AR both put it there. Okay. Yeah, I've heard about that, and I try it, but at the same time, I'm just kind of like, if I know I can do it, I'll do it, and I'll get it done when it's
But
due.
yes, if there is something that is not gonna take me any new research, or I'm not sure about the time that it's gonna take me to get it done, then yeah, the adrenaline, the excitement of getting it done at the last minute type of thing. Great, I can handle it, and I think it's fun and exciting. But if it's something that I'm not so sure about, it's gonna take me some research. It's gonna take me some like tweaking around. Then I prefer like having time in advance, Because if something goes wrong, if something like it doesn't go as expected, I absolutely hate being late for deadlines or have to apologize. Oh, it didn't get done because of this. Because I know that if I had started, like, yeah, I don't like it. Then I'm very hard on myself. I'm the person like my
Well,
worst
we're our biggest
critic.
critic.
Yeah, I don't like this. So
We're-
if it's something that I know that I'm not very sure about the time that's gonna take me, then I prefer not having this pressure of like being the last minute. I prefer taking my time, and then I will do that Pomodoro thing.
yeah.
Will like sit in front of what I don't care what it is. If it's boring, I don't like it. No, no, there's no like, no boring, no nothing. You sit there and do it for 1 hour. No going, no bathroom, no drink,
Yeah. Yeah.
no phone. It's like
So we got the next drawing coming up here in a few seconds. I just think with time management, it's gonna get crazy. And there's so many different ways. Let's do this next drawing real
because
quick.
not two people are the same. You have to try different methods and see what works best for you. I mean, what works great for me might not work for you.
Exactly. So let's see who won the next ethical hacking boot camp presented by Hackersploit or brought to you by Hackersploit and the cyber supply drop. And we have Gromit. Hey, hold up, Gromit. Hold up. Is that the one you won last time? We're gonna be fighting. If you won that last time, please let me know. That's the let me look. Now see, now he's gonna make me look. I don't know which one I sent him. People. Entering twice, you're killing me, Smalls. Don't make me do another giveaway for that same thing. But yeah, so this is the ethical hacking by Hackersploit. Let me look, make sure he's not a repeat winner. If I can remember. I gotta go to Twitch and see the actual information. I know he already won, Eric. But hey, Gromit, come on now. Hey, Gromit, do me a favor. You know what? We're gonna do. I didn't send the. That's a whole different course, security guru guy. I don't care about that. Gromit just won the exact same thing that he won last week.
I wasn't here last week, so I don't.
Gromit, you're cheating, taking everybody's codes. So, like, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go up. Eric, can I? Oh yeah, let's hit draw again. See who's next. I found it. Thank you, Eric. We're gonna hit draw again because Gromit cheated. All right, JJ Couch.
JJ Couch 5. Congratulations.
All right, JJ. Hey, do me a favor. Go to CyberWarriorStudios.com or actually get at me on Twitter and send me a DM with your information so I can get you that code. And we're gonna do the next hashtag. Let me pull me and Lola back up here. The next hashtag, just because I like to have fun with things. Oh, wait, now I gotta find it. Where is it? You get the network protocol post over your head. Oh, Redbubble, Nicholas. The poster right here is Redbubble. POMODO. Oh, if I can type. All right, so we are going to use hashtag Pomodoro, all lowercase. I will put that up now for the next one. That is your next hashtag for, we are going to do the Nmap course again. So make sure if you want the Nmap course, Nmap for pen testing, go ahead, put in hashtag Pomodoro. Now that Gromit knows he cheated.
Yeah, you tell that he's gonna win again. You see.
He has actually this one he can legitimately win because it's not a duplicate code for him. So,
some Gromit, please enter it.
Yeah. This one he can win. I won't be mad at this one. But yeah, so you
Yeah,
know,
time management is a hard one, because I'm sure maybe you're the same. So many people in cyber are like that, We love cyber and we do it as a job, and after our job we study. It's like it's hard to find work life balance,
it
and
is.
so if you don't efficiently manage your time, so okay, this is my job. If you're working in cyber, that's cyber job. That's cyber my private study time, what I want to study, what I want to improve. And then take time to do something that is not cyber, not study, not work. Do
Yeah,
something. Talk to your friend, even if it's about cyber. But you know what? You're not there in front of like, I think it's super important to take time to do, like, have a balance. Don't be, because I personally have not experienced burnout yet, but I know many people who have, and it's not a good place to be. So I don't want to experience it for myself. So I make sure that besides my work, besides my study time, I take time. I love talking to friends. I talk to my husband. I watch Netflix. I play with my cat.
yeah.
Do
I
whatever.
so
Yeah.
prior to me doing my own side projects like YouTube and Twitch, and being more involved on Twitter, I did a lot of things that caused burnout. And even when I first initially started YouTube, I burnt myself out. And it's because I felt like I had to continue to go, 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 go. And I took a lot of time away from my family. Um, I took a lot of what I had learned in the army, which was you're always on duty, you're always, supposed to be working and doing things, and you're a soldier 24/7 and all this other stuff. And I took that mindset with me. And so I was always doing everything I could to try to improve my knowledge. But up until last year, I didn't realize it was taken away from my family. And like, it just never clicked. It was never one of those things that I was like, my excuse was always, oh, well, I'm doing this for my family. I'm doing this so I can make money, or, do better, or whatever the case may be. And I burnt myself out bad. Around, I took a vacation last year, when things first initially started opening up. I went to Tennessee, and it was the first time in probably 10 years, 13 years, that I had turned every notification off on my phone. The only thing that was able to reach me was family. If you needed to text me or call me, if it wasn't a number that was in my phone and it was a family member, I wasn't answering. I didn't care. I took the week off. I was off of social networking. I was off of the internet. I was off of work. And that was it. And then even the holidays, I did the same thing. You weren't getting a hold of me over the holidays. I didn't stream. I didn't do anything. It's because I was burning myself out, and I needed that break. And even when I came back, I realized I'm not putting out a video every day. I'm not putting out. I'm not going to be on Hack the Box every day after work. I'm not going to be doing Try Hack Me every day after work, because I've got a wife and 5 kids. I've got pets. I've got a life that I
Oh,
need to
you're
live.
busy.
Yeah, and I got a life I need to live. Now, if it was just me, it'd be a different can of worms. I wouldn't care. But the fact that I've got a family to take care of, and a family that I need to be able to be there for, I can't be burnt out again. It's just it
Yeah, in my
basically
case, I
crushed me
don't, I
last year.
don't, I don't have such a big family. It's just my husband and my cat. But if I don't take care of myself, nobody will. I mean, if you don't take care of yourself, you end up being trouble for your spouse, and you need to. And I see people talking about burnout all the time, and I'm a fine one to say that I don't stay too long. Many many times I'm caught, like, people say, "What are you doing still awake?" It's like 4 in the morning, and I'm still there. Yeah, I
Yeah,
will do it. I won't say that I never do it, because yeah, I'm a fine one to speak
I've
about
I've done it. I've done it,
balance. But I try. I'm making an effort.
and that's really what it comes down to. Is you have to make the effort, because even even in the Army, even when I do a lot of the things that I think are supposed to be good for me and good for the community, I find myself just not wanting to do anything. And then I take it out on my family because now I'm depressed, I'm burnout, I'm mad, I'm angry, I'm all these things that I didn't think I could ever be doing what I love. And I've been there. And so you have to truly regulate your work life um, cycle, because if you don't, you're just going to end up depressed, or you're going to end up pissed off at the world. And you may not feel it immediately. You can only go so long though of just going nonstop,
Yeah, exactly. And
24/7.
you have to realize that you're only human. You have your limitations too,
Yeah,
I mean, before I was working in cyber, before cyber was my job. I was working in something else. I would get home. It wasn't remote. I would get home. I would like make supper and wash stuff and then go study. That was my routine, and I would just study whatever it is that I was studying at the moment until sleep time, which usually was like pretty late. But anyways, but now my job is cyber.
yeah,
So I mean, I can't maybe spend, because there are lots of things that require a lot of research in the job that I'm doing. So I consider this is my job, but that's the beauty of working for INE, because it gives me this possibility. It's my work, but I consider that I'm kind of studying at the same time that I'm like doing whatever task I'm supposed to be doing. So as much as I want to keep up like with the same, like try hack me and doing the write-ups and everything that I used to do before, I mean, I not keeping up as much as I used to do it.
yeah,
And in the beginning, it was kind of frustrating because I'm like, I don't want to lose my streak. My people are like, I don't want to use my rank. I don't want to lose my ranking and everything. But like slowly, I'm kind of
yeah,
starting to be okay with it, because it's not like I'm losing or I'm like not doing anything cyber. I'm like, no, you're doing your job now. Your job is
yeah,
cyber. You're learning while you're
yeah,
working. It's not because you're living in on try hack me for every day for hours.
for sure.
Yeah. So you kind of have to forgive yourself a little bit if you don't do all the things I used to do before. It becomes your job. you
Yeah,
know it's okay. I
let's hit
mean,
this draw button. What do we got?
let's see. Shanna B already won. It was
Damn
another
it, Shanna. Look, normally I'll let two people let you win twice, but you're killing me. We're gonna hit draw again, Shayna. It was something different. Yeah, I know. You won both codes, both of them. All right, I'll let it go only because it's two different codes. If it was the same code, I'd be mad, but it's two different courses. I'll let it go, Shayna. But yeah, so I just look at things differently, I guess, and we got to do one more code. So for the next giveaway, let's do. Let me create a new banner here. Hashtag. Oh, you know what? To celebrate the new show that my buddy is going on episode 3 with, we're gonna do the next one as hashtag new battlefields. So we've got one more drawing, and it is again for the complete ethical hacking boot camp. So Shayna, since you already won both codes, no more entering. And we're gonna do hashtag new battlefields, which is an awesome show, by the way. If you haven't checked it out yet, don't worry. We're gonna talk about it here in a little bit. But yeah, I do. I think there's so much more to give. But before we continue on, let me bring on the gentleman. He is a scholar. He is an amazing human being. He is someone that I have been working closely with over the past probably month and a half. And I am a co-host on his show, New Battlefields, Eric Cyberpapa Bellardo. Where'd he go? He's hiding from us. There he is. There's Eric. There he is.
Hello,
On the show,
everybody.
Eric. Hey, before we kick things off, do you have any questions for Lola? You've been in chat. You've seen what's been going on. We haven't had a whole lot of questions there, but if you could ask anything of her right now, what would you ask?
So, Lola, how has it been being overseas, being a woman in technology, and your normal work life? I know you said that it didn't affect you too much earlier, but
No, it
how has it been interacting with the community at large?
the cyber community.
Yep.
Well, it's been great. I mean, I try to be very active. I think it's super important. Then people, like, it doesn't matter if you're new, if you're just learning, you just started. You need to be active. I mean, if you of course you have to study. If you don't study, you ain't going nowhere. But if nobody knows who you are and what are you doing, you're gonna have no. If nobody knows who you are and what you're doing, I mean, you're gonna have a much harder time like finding jobs and getting good connections. So I think it's super important to be very active, like be in many communities, volunteer at conferences. Don't be stuck in just that group. Okay, you have your friends. Don't be there. Like, go talking to people. I mean, I'm a super introverted person, but I learned that you be active on LinkedIn, be active on Twitter, volunteer in conferences, talk to many people, find a mentor. Very important. So I have mostly had great experiences in the community. Being a woman, being overseas, that had nothing to do with it.
That's
Yeah, I'm
awesome.
very shy. I'm completely shy. I don't talk
But
at all.
I am
You
too,
are a
you know.
liar.
I am. I'm
Let,
a
let
work in
me
progress. Go,
let me
hold on.
see in the chat. Let me
I
see
am,
in the chat how many people think that I am shy. You'll
I am a
see.
work in progress.
I think you both have been doing amazing things. And I got a question here from Dev Nolzen. I love this guy, man. Since we hooked up on Discord, he's been, really.
How do you deal with the depression that comes from the rejection from jobs internships? Yes. Up like before I got the job at INE, I was rejected many times, many times. And I'll tell something that I haven't told anywhere, like to nobody. I came this close to just giving it up. I mean, I've had it. I mean, nobody wants me. I came like this close to just, I'm done with it. Because you it's like no, and sometimes you waste. It's not a waste, of course. You're learning, you're practicing interviews, you're practicing like doing your resume, you're practicing all this kind of thing. But you're human. As much as you tell yourself that you're practicing, that is good for you, you're learning. I mean, you hoped that this time I went good, I did a nice job on my interview, my resume is amazing, and you're really like confident you're gonna get it, and you get that automated response. It's not even a human who sent you that. Of course you feel depressed, you feel sad, but I think it's good to talk to someone that you trust, talk to someone who knows how much you have been working, how much effort you're putting in whatever you're trying to accomplish. Talk to people. Don't if you just keep this feeling inside, oh, I gotta know. Someone says that I don't have enough experience, or someone says, like someone that had told me, oh, I only deal with professionals. You're not a professional. Yeah, I was told many things while I was looking for a job. But you tell
Yeah.
people, you tell someone, you tell
I've
your
been in the
mentor,
industry.
you tell your peers, you tell your you don't need to tell everyone. You don't need to just like make a post on LinkedIn and say, look, someone just humiliated me on my job hunting. Just tell someone, like a
Well,
mentor.
this is one
Here.
thing I tell everybody. Remember, when one door closes, another one opens. You weren't meant to be at that job. So don't get down. Just keep on going. Go to the next one and go to the next one. Think of each one as practice, and
Yeah.
you will get better.
So
They
Alicia has a
fail
question.
is first attempt and learning.
There you go. Alicia has a question. What made you keep going? What kept pushing you to keep learning? And how did you prioritize studying and practicing and keeping up with the community and practicing interviews? Holy crap, Alicia, that's a lot.
That's an amazing question. What kept me going? I'm very stubborn.
Yeah, me
I
too.
think
I am. Me
I'm
too. I'm a
very
German leprechaun.
stubborn.
I was born stubborn.
I'm very stubborn. I hate giving up and I hate losing. But I'll admit, I felt so like humiliated and depressed and just like this close to maybe for the first time in my life, like throwing the towel, like I'm done with this thing. But yeah, what keeps me going is I'm very stubborn, I am ambitious, and I hate losing and giving up. What kept pushing you to keep learning? Same thing.
Yeah,
Same answer.
it kind of goes hand in hand.
Yeah. And how did you prioritize studying and practicing and keeping up? Okay. Same thing, time management. You study, then you study or whatever video. If you're like going through a course, say you're doing INE and you go through the INE training, you go do some practice, some hands-on training. Then you practice, you do the hands-on training. Is a good idea to make a write-up of it. So you kind of have something to showcase your skill, whatever you learn in the training. So you take that chance and you post your write-up on the social media, on LinkedIn or Twitter or whatever. So by that, you're being active, you're adding value, you're putting something that's going to help someone else. But at the same time, you're showcasing your skills. So you never know who's watching those posts, you know?
Yeah.
And yes, I definitely network. You that I think all keep you going is personality thing.
Yep.
Some people just don't have the personality to be stubborn and
You got to be hard-headed.
Very hard-headed.
Very much. You can't sit there. You can't sit back and just take it. You have to be hard-headed, stubborn. You got to be willing to keep pushing through. And I'll be honest, before we get into this last drawing and we introduce, we have Eric give the rundown on what's coming up with new battlefields. Probably 6 months ago, right, a little bit before I moved and built out the new office. Even with this show, the channel, and everything I had going on, I was getting frustrated. I was looking to quit. I realized the time it was taken away from family and everything else like that. But for me, it was the people that reached out and said, I love what you do. It was the people that reached out and came together as a community and were like, dude, when's your next show? Dude, what's going on? You do so much. You're helping us and this and the third. And it was things like that. It was the community reaching out and reaching back and making it a point to say that, I'm doing something for the community that matters to them. And that is really what keeps me going, is even if it's one person, that's all I need. That's what's going to keep me practicing. That's what's going to keep me up to date. That's what's going to keep me researching. That's what's going to keep me going in what I do, not just as a consultant, but in this show, and in the channel itself. And a big shout out to Eric and Devil Ray again. Devil Ray Pen Testing is a playlist on my show. He's handling all the offensive security stuff from now on. Eric, beyond new battlefields, which me and him are going to do. Me and him are also going to collaborate on a lot of blue team things coming up. So there's a lot of big things in the work, but before we get into that, go ahead, Eric. We're going to do this last drawing, and then we're going to let you handle what you need to handle.
And the winner is. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Born Again Show.
Born
Cash
Again
Show.
Show.
I love that name.
Woo!
Hey, hit me with a whisper message in Twitch, and I will send you that code. But yeah,
Congratulations.
so, congratulations, Bash Show. It is amazing to have people on and winning things. I'm glad you're here. Eric, take it away.
So next week on Cyber Papa's new battlefield, we're going to have a great show for you guys. We're going to have Sarah Morajad and some other guests. She is a SciComm communicator on Twitter and across the world. And she's going to be talking about online harassment and all the harassment that medical community gets right now with all this, COVID and the pandemic. And we're going to have some really good conversation on that. It's Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I hope to see all of you there. See, that's how you do it.
There you go. So look, guys,
Can I point too? Can I point to the camera too? It sounds fun.
No, but we always do the three-way handshake. So here you go.
Oh, that's right.
Three-way handshake.
Come over here. Come over. There we go.
There you go. All right. Found it. All right.
So look, it's been a blast having you all here. Thanks for joining us again.
For having me. I had a blast. It was awesome. Thank you so much.
Definitely. And everybody who tuned in, thank you. For everybody watching this on the recording or listening on the podcast, be sure to like, subscribe, comment. CyberWarriorStudios.com has all the ways you can buy merchandise or support the channel. All the ways you can connect with me. I've been running the banner all night long. And I hope to see you all next week when I come to you live again at 7 p.m. Friday night, Eastern Time, for another episode of Cyber Warrior Studios and Security Happy Hour. Take care. Enjoy yourself.
Thank you everyone for joining.